Frontline footage of Ukrainian forces under attack by Russian forces. The attacked soldiers are getting on an armored personnel vehicle. However, the vehicle hits a mine on the way, and the armored vehicle loses its movement. The soldiers quickly leave the vehicle. Russian reconnaissance drone operators discovered trenches and bunkers actively used by Ukrainian armed forces personnel. The coordinates were then relayed to the artillery and fiber optic drone operators, and the attacks began. First, the artillery shelled the positions intensively. Then the attacking fiber optic drones went into action and precisely penetrated the bunkers and blew them up. Russian artillery continues to work along the entire front line with all barreled artillery of various calibers on the positions and installations of the armed forces of Ukraine. Here is the footage recorded by Ukrainian soldiers of those moments. An objective image of how a single fiber optic drone, Prince Vandal of Novgorod, destroyed the American-made M2A2 Bradley, one of the most proud of the Ukrainian armed forces and popular in the world. The crew of the attacked Bradley armored vehicle left the door open when leaving the vehicle. This made the armored vehicle an easy target. Soldiers of the Vostok Group destroyed a Ukrainian armed forces T-64 tank near the village of Bogatyr in Donetsk. The combat vehicle exploded on an anti-tank mine. The impact of a Lancet barrage ammunition caused the tank's ammunition package to explode. FPV drones finished off the target. First person. A Vostok attack aircraft demonstrates a training exercise on the territory of the Vostok Defense Forces. Soldiers practice capturing fortresses, clearing forested areas, and moving in groups of 2 and 3 on the battlefield. Lightning strike UAV crews of the 36th Independent Guard Motorized Rifle Brigade of the Vostok Group destroyed an aerial UAV and a UAV control point in the village of Bogatyr. Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments, subscribe, and like. Another American-made International M1224 Max Pro armored vehicle was destroyed. Artillery of the 3rd Combined Arms Army of the Southern Group destroyed a Ukrainian UAV checkpoint. A tank that had fallen into a ditch. After some maintenance and repairs, it is ready for active combat duty.
Да. Уточки. Две. Да.
A mortar position of the Ukrainian armed forces in the Pokrovskoye direction was destroyed by the precision strike of a fiber optic drone. Fatal accident for the American International Max Pro. The armored vehicle, subjected to intense Russian attack, was now abandoned. A Russian drone slowly approached the vehicle and sat in the driver's seat to operate it.
Давай, нормально все будет.
Examination of a British FV-103 Spartan armored vehicle and an American M113 armored vehicle destroyed in a liberated area of the Kursk region.
Вот они, пидорасы.
In the meantime, you can use YouTube Super Thank You to support us and our content. We need it to continue with our videos. An armored personnel carrier vehicle attempting to escape a Russian drone attack faced another drone attack while on the move. The armored vehicle, which proceeded by emitting smoke due to the impact it received, completely lost its movement after the second FPV drone attack. There is no information about the crew inside the armored vehicle. There were reports of soldiers hiding inside a ruined house on the same direction. The attack drones were activated, and the drone with heavy ammunition destroyed the house. What do you think happened to those inside as a result of this attack? An armored personnel carrier was found abandoned in a village with the door left open. A fiber optic drone slowly approached the armored vehicle and destroyed it. After the drone attack, the armored vehicle exploded with ammunition inside and crashed into the house next door. A pickup truck of the armed forces of Ukraine with the REB system was destroyed in a midnight attack. VT-40 destroyed the drone. Another armored personnel carrier tried to evade a Russian drone. However, the operator hit a sensitive area of the armored vehicle and cut off its movement. Ukrainian soldiers working to build a new bunker heard the FPV drone and immediately ran to the bunker. The Russian fiber optic drone entered the bunker, and that's what happened. Kharkiv direction. Russian FPV drone operators destroyed two S-3 Akatsiya 152mm self-propelled howitzer. This system is still in active use in Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, and other former Soviet countries. Russian drone operators continue to shoot down all equipment, vehicles, and anything that moves in the border area. Many minibuses, pickups, and vans were destroyed. The constant confrontation between unmanned aerial vehicles and the means of defense against them continues. With the advent of UAVs using fiber optics, Ukraine's REB has actually lost its effectiveness. Footage from the Donetsk region shows a new tactic of the Ukrainian armed forces, the production of realistic mock-ups of equipment. The video shows a BMP mock-up, which from a distance is very difficult to distinguish from the real thing. Another UAV control point of the armed forces of Ukraine was detected. The Russian drone, loaded with heavy ammunition, slowly approached the position and destroyed the checkpoint with a powerful strike. Zaleshenka village, Kursk region. The Russian fiber-optic drone, Prince Vandal of Novgorod, recorded the vehicles of the Ukrainian armed forces being wrecked on the road. PBV 302, Bushmaster, BMP-1, M1A1 Abrams. Destroyed houses, monuments, and scattered toys. New images from liberated Suja. The Russian flag flies over the city. Alexander Kinstein said that 275 people, including 11 children, have been taken out of liberated settlements in the Kursk region since March 12th. These images seem to illustrate a lot about the war. Kharkiv direction. Russian reconnaissance drone operators found a camouflaged American-made M775 155mm howitzer. The attack FPV drones mobilized and slowly approached the howitzer, destroying it after a few strikes. The M777 is a US-made 155mm towed howitzer that is a prominent weapon on the modern battlefield due to its lightweight and precision strike capability. It is in service with the United States, Canada, Australia, Ukraine, and several NATO countries. Fighting continues in the Pokrovsk direction. Russian FPV drone operators first hit a bunker. I think many electronic devices were damaged as a result of the drone hitting the bunker. Such explosions can damage electronic devices. Then the movement of a minibus-type vehicle was detected in a residential area in the same direction. The attack drone immediately flew over the van and hit it just as it was about to park. As a result of the second drone's impact, the van was totaled. Several temporary deployment points and positions of Ukrainian armed forces troops in the settlement in the Pokrovsk direction were repeatedly hit by Russian FPV attack drones. During the strikes, technological equipment such as booster antennas were destroyed. What do you think about FPV drones, and how important do you think these small but effective weapons have been in the course of the war? A lot of drones communicate through signals, so jammers can disrupt their communication. But drones like the fiber-optic drone Prince Vandal of Novgorod communicate via cable, so it is almost impossible to intercept them. Fighting is in full swing in the Zaporizhzhia direction. The Russian reconnaissance drone unit detected the UAV control point of the Ukrainian armed forces. The coordinates were recorded, and the information was transferred to the operators of the fiber-optic drone, Prince Vandal of Novgorod. Inside the drone, or on the ground, there are automatic reels that ensure smooth unwinding of the cable. The drone takes off vertically or at a slight angle to avoid stretching the cable during takeoff. The fiber optic cable used is kink-resistant, thin and lightweight, minimizing entanglement with the airflow. Finally, the fiber optic drone reached the target, and they destroyed the bunker and the drones and antennas on the ground. Everything at the drone control point was literally destroyed. Russian fiber optic drone operators have completed their mission for today. The Bradley armored fighting vehicle was immobilized as a result of heavy impacts. The crew of the armored vehicle, consisting of 7 to 8 people, took shelter in a safe place to plan and protect themselves from further attacks. But drones were following them step by step. Their location was reported to Russian forces. Then a Russian soldier fired an anti-tank mine into the bunker. The anti-tank mine exploded strongly. The same soldier threw another mine. Ukrainian forces insisted on staying in the bunker. 5 Russian soldiers with rifles opened fire on the bunker. The soldiers inside the bunker insisted on not surrendering. Finally, another anti-tank mine was thrown, and the Russian soldiers entered the bunker and completed their mission. Russian reconnaissance drone operators spotted the soldier fleeing attacks and hiding in a hut. The attack drones then mobilized and flew to the hut. When the attack drone arrived at the hut, this is what happened.